where that boat really shined to me, and what was the most fun about it was being able to take all the kids out. You know.
Sir, another pinfish. Oh, you little yellowtail snapper, Hayden. You got one, buddy?
I got the first yellowtail snapper of the day.
You doing okay? Get him, Turner.
Keep reeling. Keep reeling.
Oh, whoa. Cool. Look at that blue runner. Oh, what?
Okay.
Turner, you get it. Good job, bud. Woo! Give me 5.
That is a shark.
That's the biggest fish I've ever caught. This is a stud. Yes! Look at that guy.
I thought you said you had
Okay, relax.
Oh my God!
The Suffolk Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Tom Rowland and Captain Rich Tudor.
I'm ready. All right, we gotta be careful. Now check out this big boat we got the fish on today, guys. Let me go over this rope. You ready, Austin? You're 5. All right. Big jump. Big jump. There you go. Yeah, this is the big boat. What do you think, guys? All right, let me get in here and I'll help you guys get in.
That was so cool to have that 36 Yellowfin at our disposal and finally have an offshore boat where we can, you know, open up a lot of options.
We didn't have an offshore boat. We had the offshore boat. Any type of fishing you want to do, you're capable of doing it in this boat. No longer are you restricted. When you step into that boat, you just realize, man, we could do anything.
It's been a long time since I've had a big offshore boat to fish out of. I used to fish a very similar type style boat, a 33-foot, you know, multiple engine boat, you know, and I used to charter off of that years back. But, you know, it's nice to have a big boat like that to play with. And, you know, to go out with you and be able to go out and do some of the reef fishing that I grew up doing, man, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was cool. And where that boat really shined to me, and what was the most fun about it, was being able to take all the kids out, you know.
We've been talking about getting the kids together for a long time, taking fishing, but, you know, how do you do that on even a bay boat or a skiff? I mean, really not enough room, especially on a windy day like that. But, I mean, this was, the ultimate playpen. I mean, we had, you know, your boy 9 and 7, and my boy that just turned 3, and had them all out there. And I mean, they had a blast. We kept them out there all day long. We, you know, caught a variety of different stuff. I mean, the coolest thing to me about fishing with these kids, I mean, this is something they can do their whole life. I know your boys are into hockey and soccer, and Austin's starting to get into stuff like that. But, you know, those things are only going to last so long. You know, and when you get to a certain age, you know, I don't play tennis anymore. My knees are bad. I don't play, you know, soccer. I don't do this and that. But, you know, my dad, who's 73, and my mom, they're going out fishing all the time.
Right.
I mean, this is something that these kids can not only do, but this can be a lifestyle.
That's kind of the thing about fishing is, and what we as fathers, one of the most important things to realize is that fishing is a gift. It's a gift that we are passing on to these kids. And we need to do it in a way that is responsible, teach them things that they can go on and teach their kids about how to handle these fish, how to take care of the environment, how to enjoy themselves and still be a good steward of the environment. How about a shark?
No.
No? You let Turner catch those?
Yeah.
How about a gaff topsail catfish?
Yeah.
Crazy catfish. Got a big tall fin on it.
Is Tom's boat?
Well, it's both of ours. We both use it.
Are we to share it?
That's right. We share. It's nice to share, isn't it?
How about a lizard fish?
Sure, I love the boat.
They're weird looking, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like a lizard mixed up with a fish.
Give me 5.
No, that is right there.
What do you think, bud?
Funny, it's all cloudy.
All right, we're here. See, X marks the spot.
X marks the spot.
The spot's right here, buddy. See that? See those buoys? See those white buoys? That's the spot right there. Those white buoys. Here, Austin, you ready, buddy?
There you go, Turner. All right. What do you have there, buddy?
Here you go, Austin.
Hey, you better check and see if you got a bait on there, bud.
Like my first
Hey, a blue runner. Let's put him in the live well here, bud.
All
Bring
right.
him right back here and put him in here.
You know, like we talk about all these adventures you and I have together catching these big fish. I'll tell you what, I had just as much enjoyment watching Austin catch a little blue runner, you know, hook a mackerel, I mean, do these things. I mean, it's so enjoyable for me to see him do that.
Oh, you're passing it on, and you know, there's a lot of movements out there. The Angler's Legacy program, that's kind of their whole motto is pass it on. If you're a fisherman, what you need to do is you need to teach someone how to fish. You need to take someone fishing, and you don't understand how important that is and how powerful that is. You know, with the days of these high-tech video games, more and more kids are sitting inside. Fewer and fewer kids have the opportunity to go fishing. So taking someone is the most important thing you can do. Now that's going to be the strangest fish of the day, Hayden. We're going to have some fun with this guy.
Tom's gonna stick him to his forehead.
Now he looks just like a cobia.
You see that?
Except, yeah, look at him. He's sucking on there. Let's move forward where there's some good light. Look at that, Hayden. Now, it wouldn't hurt you if he sucked on you there. Put your finger on it. What does that feel like? Now, when we catch a cobia later today, you're going to see how similar these fish are. They look almost exactly the same, except the cobia doesn't have that thing on his head. And he just follows around with things. So chances are, if he's around here, something bigger is here that he wants to follow around. We better let him go. And off he goes. Hey man, that's gonna be the strangest fish of the day, I'll bet you anything. Ooh. Give me another one. Whoop.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Hawks Cay Resort Marina and Villas. All the fun of the Florida Keys in one island resort. Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. Quantum rods and reels, fishing at a quantum level. By Mercury Marine. Lowrance, makers of HDS, high-definition systems. By Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Sperry Topsider, a passion for the sea. And by Loadmaster, Power Pole, Corrosion Block, Ocean LED, and Tough Line.
Let him go.
There you go. What do you got? What do you got? Mackerel.
Oh, nice mackerel.
Take your time.
Whoa.
Watch those teeth.
Hey, a mackerel with no wire.
Look at that, buddy. Look what Turner caught. He caught a Spanish mackerel.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You want to eat that one for dinner? Well, he's a little small to eat for dinner, but
You don't want to eat these for dinner.
Look at the size of his teeth, bud.
good job, Turner.
Mackerel with no wire. Pretty reasonable.
Rawr. Yeah. You want to give me 5? All right. So many people, when they're taking kids fishing, get all dead set on, I got to get this kid a tarpon. You know what? It's not even time to even begin to think about that until they're Hayden's age or Turner's age, and they've already caught all these other things. You know, that's kind of the thing about a lot of these types of fish that we were catching, you know, is they're not the big glamour species, but they don't need to be, because the biggest and most important thing when you go out there with the kids is just to find something that they can catch that's not too challenging for them, that there's not too many holes between the catches, you know, and if there are holes, you got to find something to do. And, you know, getting the kids involved and keeping them involved, that is what will preserve the sport of fishing from now
I
until
don't think
eternity.
there's anything more important, you know, and as a guide, you know, I think, you know, that's something that's the most important thing is to teach these kids to fish. I mean, my dad, your dad took us fishing. I mean, I was very blessed that living in Homestead in South Miami, that every weekend we came to the Keys.
Right.
You know, that was what we looked forward to doing. I mean, it kept me out of a lot of trouble, and I think that's very similar to you and me. I mean, you know, something that we share from different backgrounds, but very similar, that our dads took us fishing. Fishing is the one thing that from the age of 3 like Austin up to, you know, 93 that you can enjoy. And not only that, but you can be on the same boat doing the same thing. I'm able to go out now with my 3-year-old boy and my 73-year-old father on the same boat and go fishing, and they just both enjoy it.
What gets you out of school to go fishing?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. What kind of report card do you have to have?
All A's.
All A's? And did you get all A's?
Yes.
What does it mean when you get all A's?
I get to skip school.
Oh, look at this.
Gaff topsail catfish!
It's a
I knew somebody was
catfish!
gonna catch one.
Careful with that.
A gaff topsail catfish. This thing has a big spine on the top of his
What kind
head.
of fish is that, Austin? Look at the whiskers on his chin. See? He's got whiskers like a cat. But you gotta watch him because they got spines, really sharp ones. When your dad was a kid, he got one of those stuck right in his head.
Really?
I knew somebody was gonna catch a catfish today.
Yeah.
I just knew it. As a father of 3 kids under 10 years old, I've had some of the most incredible moments of my life while fishing with my kids. I'm going to show you a few tips how to teach your child how to fish, how to develop a lifelong fishing partner, and how to help ensure that the sport of fishing is going to prosper for generations to come. One of the most important things that you can do when teaching a kid how to fish or taking a young child to fish for the first time is to make sure that that child is comfortable. One of the most important investments that you can make is a good pair of polarized sunglasses. Get a hat that actually fits the child and is not going to blow off anytime during the day. Get a life jacket that fits the child, not only for their comfort but for their safety. And choose a good quality sunscreen and reapply that sunscreen several times during the day. This is going to keep them from getting sunburned. It's also going to make sure that mom's going to let them go out with you again. I like to choose snacks, sometimes snacks that they might not be able to get at home. Snacks and drinks, and break up the day many times with having a little break and something special. I'll also have funny little contests with my kids, like to see who can catch the smallest fish or the strangest fish, and I'll make sure to bring a camera and take pictures of these. I'll blow them up as big as I can and I'll put them right on the refrigerator for everybody to see. Sometimes I'll even make a screensaver and put it right on my computer. This is going to remind that kid of the special time he had with you, and when you decide it's time to go fishing again, he's going to be excited and ready to go. Choose species that may not be the most high profile, but are going to be conducive to getting the rod bent and keeping it bent the entire time you're out there. A lot of times I'll take my kids fishing for pinfish or ballyhoo. A lot of times it'll be snappers. I like to chum heavily and use live bait. Sometimes my kids prefer to play in the bait well even more than fishing, and that's fine. They're still having a good time, they're enjoying their time on their boat, and they're enjoying the time with you. And lastly, remember, have patience and make sure this is going to be a fun experience. Make sure that when you tell them it's time to go fishing again, they're going to be excited about it. Teach your kids about conservation and catch and release, and most importantly, have a great time.
The IGFA stands for the National Game Fish Association, and we have a variety of different things we do. One of the things that we're really known for is our World Records program. We do keep track of all the world record game fishes. We have a pretty hefty education and conservation department, but we also do school programs. We bring kids in from South Florida to the Fishing Hall of Fame Museum, which is our headquarters, do all kinds of educational stuff, marine biology to fishing to water chemistry, with kids of all ages, start them in kindergarten all the way through high school. And we bring them into a lab. We actually have a full classroom there. It's got all kinds of cool stuff in it, from fish mounts on the walls to pictures on fishing to different specimens. And it just makes kind of a full day out of it with the schools. And in the summertime, we also do summer camps. We have our own summer camp, but also other camps in South Florida come visit us and do programs with us. Our main overall goal, we kind of sum it up into one phrase, which is conservation through education. We're trying to foster a future generation of ethical anglers, where we look at these kids today, our plan is going to be in their hands in just a couple of decades. And if we can introduce these kids to fishing, to the environment, get them outside, get their hands wet, get them to see these amazing animals, not only are they going to have an interest in them, but we hope that's going to spark kind of an interest that's going to get them to think in the right ways and in the future make the right decisions. So we're just trying to make sure that kids who maybe wouldn't have the opportunity to go fishing with their parents or their family, they have those opportunities to get outside and enjoy nature. That's kind of our goal, is to get kids out and having a good time. And it's just a lot of fun too, so we have a great time.
Austin, you got one, buddy. Reel.
Get him, Austin.
Reel, buddy. Reel, you got one. Reel, buddy. Real fast. You got a big one.
Austin.
Or want me to help you pick it up? There you go. All right. Reel, reel, reel. Reel, you got one. Real fast, fast, fast. Real fast, fast, fast. Keep reeling. Keep going. He's doing good. Keep going. Keep reeling.
That's a big one.
Keep reeling. You doing okay?
Get him, Turner.
Keep reeling. Keep reeling.
There's going to be lots of fish caught
Keep
today,
reeling.
boys. I can feel it.
Keep reeling. What is it? What is it? What is it?
Look at that blue runner. Oh, what? Turner, you get it.
Good job, bud. Woo! Give me 5.
Okay, hang on. Let me grab that one.
Dinner.
You want a what?
Eat them for dinner.
Eat them for dinner.
Yeah.
Oh.
When we were catching these fish, we caught a lot of different species of fish. Everything from the blue runners that we intended on using for bait, maybe, to mutton snappers and different things. While you're doing that, it's so easy to start at a very natural way to teach these kids about conservation and catch and release.
Yep.
But a kid like Hayden's age this is gonna really sink in to where you show him, you say, okay, this is what he looks like. Let's go over here to this sticker, find it, and see how big he needs to be, and then actually measure him, and he says, nope, he's got to go back, okay? In an aquarium you could look at, well, he's too small to keep. They have to be a certain size. If you want to, I'll show you. You can take him up here. Let's take him up here to this. Let's go up here to this, and we'll see. This is what this sticker's all about. Look, can you see yellowtail snapper on here? Do you see it? It should be, where is it? Oh, it's got to be down on this end. Yellowtail snapper, 12 inches, okay? Find 12 inches.
12.
Okay, let's measure him and see. Whoop. Something tells me he's not going to be big enough. Okay, right to the fork, he is 7.5 inches. So what does that mean? Put him back, right? By the end of the time, we were like, okay, we caught a bluefish. Now all the kids are running up there, bluefish, bluefish. Oh, I got one right here. Okay, he's got to be 12 inches. And that was really cool.
That was good for Austin because
Austin,
because he kept saying, and it's got to be an issue. I want to keep that one, Dad. And if we don't keep it, he starts crying or getting upset. But that was a great technique because you told him, you showed him, and next thing you know, he's happy about it.
Right, but see, that teaches what the species looks like, and now we're teaching them the conservation laws and the ethics of fishing. And in order for them to understand and appreciate why you need to release a fish, you also need to keep some fish and eat them for dinner. And have them realize that, yes, there are fish out there that you can keep, and then there are other fish that you need to let go. And then there are other fish that are just really weird, and they're not even going to be on the marker.
On the cave. Look at that, another Remora. Wow!
Hayden, the
Good
Remora
job,
King.
you're the Remora King.
For dinner.
Look at that.
Dinner, Dad.
No, I don't think we're going to eat this one. He's not very good eating. But you watch this. I want to show you something really cool. Come over here. Watch what they do. Austin, watch this. You got another fish?
Good job, Turner.
Oh, nice mackerel. Look at that.
There you go.
Come over here.
Check that out.
Look at that. Look at him stick on the boat, guys.
Yep.
What do you think of that? And look at the Remora. See how he sticks to the boat? That's what they do on the bottom of sharks, boys. They stick right on the bottom of sharks like that.
Look at this. Come look at this.
Look at that.
All right. Look at that. I can't even pull him off, boys. Try to pull him off of there. He wants to stay on there. Can you pull him off?
My turn.
Let Hayden try.
No, my turn.
But maybe both try. Maybe if you both pull hard, we'll get him off.
Go ahead and get
Look what he did.
All right, there he goes. Look at that. See that suction? See the suction cup on top of his head? They suck right on the bottom of a big shark. Can you throw them back? They're not good eating.
Real.
You guys let them go?
No.
There you go.
Say bye-bye, fishy.
The Hawks Cay Saltwater Experience, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yellowfin, only at a Yellowfin. Finor, legendary tackle since 1933. The Florida Keys in Key West, come as you are. Yeti Coolers, wildly stronger, keep ice longer. Motor Guide, never stop. By Sirius Marine Weather, satellite weather direct to your boat. And by Under Armour, King Sailfish Mounts, Staybill, Scott Fly Rods, and Plano.
You know what? I just hope that you know, on one of these fishing trips, maybe not this one, but maybe it's the next one, that we're going to leave our kids with one of those special days to where, you know, they're going to be sitting around one day and they're going to be thinking, man, there was this one time when I went fishing and, you know, we didn't even really catch that much, but I just had the best time with my dad, you know, and hopefully, maybe if it wasn't today, maybe it'll be another day, but maybe at least one of those kids will have something that they'll go on for the rest of their life and think about how we got to go out in that cool boat and catch that cool fish that Captain Rich stuck right to the side.
It was a special day, man. You know, I mean, one of the most fond memories I have is you know, having Austin out there, you know, sitting right next to me, steering the boat. Here he is. He's 3 years old. You know, here we are in this big 36-foot Yellowfin with 3 motors, and the kid is, you know, steering the boat, turning. I'm just looking over there, and I'm, you know, the sense of pride. You know, I mean, you know, that's what I've seen in you and for years with your kids. You know, and it's like, it almost brought tears in my eyes seeing him. You know, just so proud. You know, just so proud, and it was a great day, man.
Is that right? Yeah. X marks the spot, huh? Is that where we're going?
Yeah.